What are the most common misconceptions in the junk removal business?
So I would say maybe some people, you show this doesn't happen that often, but it happens sometimes, and people might, you know, maybe think that we're like we don't make good money. Sometimes that's really a misconception. They have like really no idea that it is really really good money. And some people think you like drive around, pick up stuff for free. Like we're scrappers, and we'll go pick up your metal and no charge. Every once in a while we'll get a phone call like, I got some metal for you. Like, woo, we're gonna take it for free, and that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, now here in California, like a ton of metal. If it's just regular metal, we're only getting about $50 to dump it and get paid. So it's not worth the time. You know how much gas is out here? It's crazy.
We scrap metal for extra money on the side, but that's like that we don't we don't like go to a job and have our price be cheaper because there's good stuff or because it's a load full of metal. We would charge the same.
I got you. And I also seen at the dumps, you could unload your metal for free, and that, puts the weight down a lot. So it saves you on the dump fees as well. So I see that's an added benefit. And then, maybe if you have like a place where you could store things, maybe you just go and start loading up the scrap metal until it builds up to a decent amount, and then go over to the scrap yard, and that's just all bonus money in your pocket. So I see that could be an extra little, bonus on the side. But, you also got to remind the customer that, this is all junk to us. We're not trying to scrap metal. We're not trying to do any of that, and just like Matt said before, that's one of the signs of a cheap customer is when they're like, oh, you could go and make money on this scrap metal and all. Well, no, we just look at it as all junk. And I learned that from you, Matt, in some of the videos I've seen on your guys' channel.
Yeah. So one thing you're going to love is when you show up to a job and it's going to be a house clean out, and you're going to walk in there, there's going to be a bunch of antiques. You're going to be like, oh man, you're going to walk in there. I guarantee you're going to walk in that house and be like, damn, this is all from like the 50s or the 40s or from the 30s or 20s. I don't know how many houses we showed up to, and we have to clean it out. And there's a bunch of good stuff there that it's just a bonus. We just resell it, flip it real fast, and make the extra cash that way.
That's one of the bonuses that I'm going to be looking, because, like I said, my partner of 10 years, that's his, department. So I would be just taking pictures of him and being like, this dude is going to go nuts. He loves antiques and he knows everything right away. He's got all the apps. He just puts the picture right in there. He knows what everything's worth. And also that's definitely an added bonus of having my other business. We have a question from Frank Beans. He says, can one person do it or two preferred?
Oh, we know people that do junk removal solo. They actually have their own YouTube channels, and one's really, really good at it because he was once a mover, so he's really good at moving stuff. Yeah, you could do it yourself. The advantages is you keep more money in your pocket. Disadvantage is it's really hard on your body. It is very, very physical, and it's really nice to have that other person. You're carrying a couch out, and you can be careful, and yeah,
you can definitely do it by yourself. And then when big jobs come in, you can always hire someone, maybe a family member or a friend. What I did was I kept a list of phone numbers on my phone whenever I needed help. When I first started, let's say a big job came in, I would hit everyone up, say, hey, can you help me this day? Can you help me this day? And I would just have help those days when I needed help. So you can definitely do it by yourself, but you will burn yourself out, especially when you show up to a job and it's only supposed to be one load. And guess what? There's like 3 or 4 loads there. And you're like, holy shit. And it's 100 degrees outside. And you're like, I got to do all this shit. You're going to burn yourself out for sure.
So ideally, what's the best, setup? Say you're up and running for a year, your phone's ringing off the hook and all. How many people do you want on each truck?
So right now we have 2 of us on one truck and 1 on the other truck. Ideal, you want 2 in each vehicle, but for us, it works that way. We just have 2 in one truck, 1 in the other truck, and we kind of just like we bounce around. So one guy will go tackle the smaller jobs that he can tackle. 2 people will go tackle the bigger jobs, and when it's a big job, we'll just meet up and knock stuff out.
2 trucks and 3 people.
That's the other guy, the superstar Julio, the baby maker. I know you
Oh,
guys
the
always call
baby maker. Yeah, he got 5 kids, had his first kid at like 14 years old. So yeah.
he's a great I like him, you know. I definitely a fan of him for sure. We got a question from Jay Coben. He's actually from the arm wrestling community. What's up, brother? How you doing? And he wants to know, do you have reseller contacts?
So there are people that buy books. There's actually a guy that hit me up. I haven't contacted him yet, but he buys the ivory off the piano keys. I guess piano keys are worth some money. There are some antique people around here that we sell stuff to. And then there's consignment stores you can drop stuff off at. But really, we sell a lot of stuff out of the house. We just put it on marketplace for a good price and just flip it real quick. Like our money makers that we make money off of are couches, exercise equipment, dressers, music equipment, washers and dryers, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's certain things that you just learn that go quick online. You know, I've definitely learned that. I used to be, when I first got into the antiques and collectibles, you know, we used to do the storage auctions and all, and you just start learning, you know, what to see will sell. I remember the first one that I actually picked up, you know, it wasn't many stuff in it, but there was like a box of Zippos, and you know, I didn't really know too much at that time. And my partner, he just started going crazy. He's like, jackpot. You know, we had about 1,000 Zippos in there, and over the next 2 months we were selling them. We must have made like 4 or 5,000 just over these Zippo lighters. There were all kinds of collectors in there and all. So there's certain things that just, you know, you're gonna sell, and the more you do it, you learn what those are, and you know, you're definitely looking for them as you're doing your jobs and all.